cold, dreary morning on April 29, 1780, a funeral was held in Morristown, New Jersey, with full Roman Catholic burial rites, salvos of honorary rifles, and it was led by a very moved General George Washington himself. But who had died? Was he an important American general or one of our founding fathers? Actually, he was Juan de Morales, a Spanish merchant, smuggler, and unofficial ambassador to the United States of America. In many ways, this Hispanic man influenced the outcome of the American Revolution. Though many people saw him as a wealthy merchant based out of Cuba who worked with Robert Morris's and Oliver Pollock's shipping company, Juan de Morales was also a smuggler who aided America and helped ship important military supplies like uniforms, gunpowder, muskets, and other essential items. He also provided foodstuffs like rum, wine, flour, sugar, and other basic edibles to the American patriots. Juan de Morales also received credit for supposedly saving the Continental Army from an outbreak of scurvy. Scurvy makes a victim's teeth rot and fall out and is caused by vitamin deficiencies. De Morales helped by supplying the Continental Army with medicines like quinine, the trade and sale of which Spain had monopolized, and limes from Cuba, which are rich in vitamin C. Juan de Morales also held some degree of political influence, both in the United States and in his native Spain. He was appointed Royal Commissioner or Ambassador of Spain by King Carlos IV. To enter America and slip by the British who patrolled the area, De Morales developed a cunning plan. He had a ship, Nuestra Senora del Carmen, listed as traveling for Spain with Cuban goods, but there was a malfunction aboard. The ship was forced to dock in Charleston, in South Carolina, and De Morales decided to stay. He received the title of Royal Commissioner 2 weeks later. To help avoid suspicion from the British, he also received 38,000 pesos a year for bribing and other uses to maintain his cover as a merchant. However, there was an ominous side to De Morales' job. A letter written by Don Diego José Navarro, Capitan General, or Governor of Cuba, to José de Galvez, Minister of the West Indies, identifies Juan de Morales, along with several others, as a Spanish observer, basically a spy, feeding everything he heard for the Spanish royal court. But De Morales' main mission was to pave the way for Spanish-American relations if or when Spain decided to break its neutrality with England and openly support the United States. Juan de Morales also was a very close friend with General George Washington, who later became our first president. The two met at a Christmas party in Philadelphia in 1778, and they became friends after De Morales threw a party in Washington's honor on the 31st of that month. They placed a large degree in trust in each other, as evidenced by a letter George Washington wrote to De Morales in February of 1780, in which Washington shared all intelligence of British military movements with De Morales. When Juan de Morales died in April of 1780, General Washington wrote a very sincere letter to Don Diego José Navarro, Governor of Cuba, in which he stated that he was extremely sorry to communicate to your excellency of the painful intelligence of the death of Juan de Morales, and that he mourned the loss of so estimable a friend. Juan de Morales truly impacted the United States when it was just starting to form. He supplied weapons and food, represented Spain in the Continental Congress, and was close friends with General George Washington. Although he was a spy, he never had any evil intentions. Juan de Morales truly was an unsung hero in the American Revolution.